What's up, family, and welcome back to the Melanin Wellness Podcast. It's your girl, Corey, and we are continuing to march our way through Black History Month as we now begin the topic of historic African American herbalists. Now, this is particularly important because we have been focusing so heavily on herbal remedies. It's important to understand where a lot of this knowledge came from. All right. So today we're going to be unlocking the legacy of Black herbalists, medicine, and natural healing traditions. But before we begin, y'all know how we do over here. Let's begin with our 30 seconds of gratitude. I am so grateful for this platform, the ability to have my voice amplified and have it reach those who may not be in my backyard. I know I give that gratitude often, but it is one that is worth repeating because it's true. Everyone that I need to reach or that I am supposed to reach may not be in my backyard, may not be close by. And so the ability of this platform, of this podcast, the ability that it has to reach those who may not be close by and who may never, ever meet me in real life, but still allows me to connect with them on a deeper level. So I am so grateful for that. I am also grateful for knowledge. Books are so important. All the study and the ability to get knowledge, even when knowledge is being censored in our lives right now. But the ability to retain this knowledge is one that I do not take lightly. Now that may have been more than 30 seconds of gratitude, but that's all right. We are going to continue moving forward and continue to be grateful for everything that is in front of us, no matter how bleak things may seem at the time. Now let's get into today's show. Today we're going to talk about a powerful chapter in our history, how enslaved Africans and their descendants risked everything to keep their ancestral herbal traditions alive. We're shining a light on two legendary figures, Harriet Tubman and George Washington Carver, whose remarkable contributions not only saved lives, but also preserved the natural healing practices that continue to empower our communities today. Our ancestors carried more than just memories when they were forced into slavery. They carried a deep, sacred knowledge of herbal medicine. And despite the constant threat of punishment, enslaved Africans and their descendants maintained these healing traditions using the natural world to nourish the mind and to uplift their spirits. Today, we remember that these practices were acts of resistance, a way to reclaim power in the midst of deep oppression. This resilient spirit shines through in the lives of two historical figures who transformed adversity into empowerment. Now let's start with a woman whose courage on the Underground Railroad still inspires us all. Harriet Tubman is best known for her daring rescue missions, but did you also know that she wielded the power of herbalism? Harriet used her profound knowledge of botany and natural healing to aid those escaping slavery. Imagine a long, perilous journey on the Underground Railroad. Harriet not only guided nearly 300 people to freedom, but also used herbal remedies to calm babies and help weary travelers sleep during their daring escapes. Her intimate understanding of plants for food and medicine was critical. It ensured safe passage, provided comfort, and even aided soldiers, both black and white, wounded in the Civil War. Harriet's connection to nature wasn't just practical, it was spiritual. Her use of herbalism was an extension of her strength and determination, a healing force that nurtured both body and soul. Through her actions, she showed us that our ancestral knowledge is a source of power, a legacy that continues to inspire wellness and healing. Now, let's talk about another giant in our history, George Washington Carver. Born into slavery in Missouri in 1864, Carver overcame unimaginable odds to become a celebrated agriculturist, botanist, and innovator. Carver wasn't just a scientist, he was a healer of the land and a champion for Black farmers. Taught simple herbal applications by his owner's wife, Susan, Carver developed a deep love for plants and experimented extensively with soils and natural pesticides. He earned his master's degree from Iowa State University as the only Black student of his time, and later used his knowledge to promote sustainable farming methods such as crop rotation. Carver discovered that cotton depleted the soil, and he pioneered the use of nitrogen-fixing plants like peanuts, soybeans, and even sweet potatoes to restore it. He became known as a plant doctor. Carver's work was driven by a mission to heal both the earth and its people. His innovative techniques not only improved agricultural yields, but also offered hope and independence to African American farmers. His legacy reminds us that our natural world holds powerful solutions for both physical and systemic challenges. When we look back at the lives of both Harriet Tubman and George Washington Carver, we see much more than historical figures. We see embodiments of resilience, innovation, and the enduring power of ancestral wisdom. Their stories are a testament to the fact that even during the darkest times, our connection to nature and our heritage can be a guiding light toward healing and empowerment. For us today, their legacy is an invitation to reconnect with the healing practices of our ancestors. So whether it's healing herbal remedies to ease daily discomforts or embracing sustainable practices that honor the earth, we have a powerful heritage that we can tap into. Thank you again, family, so much for joining me on this journey through our ancestral herbal traditions. I hope you feel as inspired as I do by the incredible legacies of Harriet Tubman and George Washington Carver, among others. Let's honor their memory by keeping our healing practices alive and sharing these stories with future generations. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider subscribing to the show. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever it is that you listen to your podcasts. Share this podcast with someone who would love to learn more about Black wellness and our ancestral healing. And you can also consider supporting the podcast by buying me a cup of coffee. The link will be in the show notes of this episode. Until next time, family, stay rooted, stay resilient, and keep embracing the power of our heritage. Peace and love, y'all.